What is going on, apes, the ape army? My name is Tyler and welcome back to the channel. Please get your tail out of my face. But we are going to be talking about the fact that I believe Citadel has something to hide behind their long and short positions in AMC. So we're going to be going over their last filing, which was back in May, and go over what their position was. And if you guys are unfamiliar, these 13F filings have a 45-day grace period. So this 45-day grace period is going to be up on Monday. Now, they don't necessarily have to get this out by Monday. I'm sure there's multiple ways they can extend this process out, but with all of the spotlight on Citadel, I think they are hiding some huge secrets, guys. But we're going to go over much more in this video. We are going to address the running theory that AMC could be trading in between about $5,000, $8,000 somewhere in dark pools. We're also going to go over the fact that since these 13F filings are now coming out in bulk, really over this last week, that the institutional ownership is now at 31.09%. This means that either apes are selling out of their positions, or the most likely situation, in my opinion, is we have way more unaccounted shares circulating out into the marketplace. Last time I did this calculation, we were at about 110% outstanding shares. So that means we had about 50 million additional shares outstanding on paper. Guys, if the institutional owners own this many shares, the apes own 80%, just 80% of the float. It could be more than that now, and considering the insiders of the company own about 10 million shares, you're looking at a huge problem here. So we're going to go over the implications of that as well. So with all of that being said, drop the like on the video if you want to see AMC stock go through the scam squeeze that a lot of people, even myself included, are predicting going into this upcoming week, as well as comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you'll be notified when these videos are posted. So let's get right into it, guys. Let's not waste any time. Your guys' time is valuable just like mine. And let's look at Citadel's latest filing, 13FA. And obviously right here, all three of these are Citadel Advisors LLC. May 21st was the last time they put out this filing. As we already did just go over, this 45-day grace period ends on Monday. And let's take a look at this. So Citadel Advisors, they have shares at $6.17, 724,599 shares as far as their filing for the first quarter. And for their call position, they have 4,110,000 shares controlling that many shares. And they do have puts controlling almost 5.7 million shares. So why is Citadel really putting this off and getting this information out? Like I said, there is a lot of attention that is on Citadel right now, and Citadel's every move is gonna be picked up by the apes, the YouTubers, Twitter, Reddit, everywhere else that people talk about AMC stock. So if there is a dramatic change in their position, whether it is a bullish position, whether they are buying more shares, which I think is more unlikely, the likely situation here is they have probably just straight up shorted shares. And what we have seen from AMC, especially over the last couple of months, when short sellers openly come out and say that they are shorting the stock, we tend to have a very positive day. Now, if they did short the stock under its current share price, then obviously they are down on their positions. And if they come out and publicize this information, AMC is going to go up even more, losing more money. Now, there's been a lot of questions as far as Citadel's actual liquidity situation, right? There's been a lot of rumors going on that they are not in the best position, and especially with this new DTCC filing, they are very unhappy about the margin requirements. We all do know this. I don't want to get into every little detail because you guys watch these videos, you see what is going on. So you kind of understand where my mindset is when it comes to Citadel really holding off on putting this filing out. And if they don't publish this by Monday, we are going to have some serious issues on our hands, and we're going to expect to see a massive dramatic change in their positions, because why wouldn't they let this filing out if their position was still the same? In my opinion, like I said, I think they are shorting the stock and they have a heavy short position and they don't want to put themselves vulnerable. Now, if they have a long position in AMC and they have established this even more, or possibly sold out. Obviously, that would be along the same lines of being bearish and shorting the stock. But if they have added to this position, that could actually be fuel to the fire as well, as far as AMC going up in price. That could be seen as a bullish thing by a lot of people, even though Citadel is not too prone to do that. They obviously are much more weighted towards the bearish side as far as May 21st was concerned. But as we do know, AMC went through a massive increase in price. So if they were shorting the stock, they are already massively down on these positions. Their shares here does help make up for it a little bit, but still, they have a lot more bearish exposure to this than they do have bullish exposure. So odds are they have been continuing to short AMC stock, and this could be a very bullish thing for a lot of traders of AMC. So expect that filing to come out Monday. If it doesn't, we have some serious issues on our hands. Now, let's briefly talk about the situation of AMC possibly trading in between about $5,000, $8,000. I've even seen $800, $500 somewhere in the dark pools, and that simply is probably not the case. Now, why would you want AMC trading at those prices in the dark pools? It's simply unlogical if you could buy it on the open markets for cheaper than in the dark pools. Now, theoretically, they could, short into the dark pools, buy into the open markets, whatever the case is. But in dark pools, it's really only hedge funds and institutions, so they're not going to screw each other over. It's not going to go down like that. So as far as those rumors that are circulating, I wouldn't pay too much attention to it. It's not like we're going to wake up one morning and AMC is going to be trading at $5,000 because somehow the price changed from the dark pools to the open markets. I really don't think that has anything to do with it, even though dark pool pricing can be a little bit off. But if I were to imagine, the dark pool price is probably lower than the actual open market price. So they could buy it in the dark pools, short it in the open market, make the difference. That is called arbitrage trading, and that is actually encouraged to do by the SEC, especially between different exchanges. As we do know, some markets like the German markets can be up more or down more than our market. So it is actually encouraged by the SEC to buy stock on one market, sell it on another, or vice versa, because it promotes liquidity in both markets. That is just the simple factor. That is called arbitrage trading. Look that up if you guys are interested in that a little bit more. I don't want to get into that too much because that is a whole rabbit hole we could make a whole entire video on. Now, let's take a look at the AMC institutional owners. Excuse me for that. As far as these 13F filings are coming out, we now went from about 27% institutional ownership now to 31.10% institutional owners. Institutional shares at 156,016,674 shares. And that is worth $6.4 billion. So definitely institutions overall, they're bullish on the stock. They're buying the stock. But where are these shares actually coming from? We're not going to get into the insiders of the company because we just did that in a recent video and not much has changed at all. But they own about 10 million shares collectively at this current time. That is not including if AMC hits milestones and they get rewarded shares. That is just what they do currently own, 10 million shares and some change. The change really doesn't matter here. But as we do know, AMC apes own 80%, if not more, as far as trades call with that he just had with Adam Aaron. He said the apes own more than 80% of the float. Now, let's go ahead and add this up, and we're going to be conservative here. Let's just say the apes have only acquired another 3% since the last shareholder count was done. So let's say we own 83% of the float. We're going to go ahead and do this math. 513 million shares are supposed to be legally issued outstanding shares. So let's times this by 0.83 for 83%. That comes out to 425,790,000 shares. Supposedly, apparently, the apes do own, which I do believe this number. It may be higher, but I want to be conservative here, guys. And basically, what we're going to do, what I already did in this calculation, is take the institutional shares, which is right here, you guys can see, add this to the insider shares, and I also was conservative with this as well, because it's about 10.4 million shares that that insiders do own of AMC stock, but I just did 10 million just to keep it simple. Comes out to 166,016,000 shares. So we're going to go ahead and add these two numbers together, see what we do get, and then minus that by the legal outstanding float. So add 166 million to this, and that does come out to 591,790 shares. And that is the real number that I do think is outstanding. It may be more than that, but this is on paper what we can kind of prove, not beyond a reasonable doubt, right? We're not in court or anything, but in a relative basis, it's around this number. But let's minus this by the legal outstanding float that's supposed to be outstanding. Comes out to 78,790,000 shares. So I think that's a relatively accurate number to the amount of shares that are outstanding. At least that is the best calculation that we can do on paper. This is all the information that we do know. This is going to be your most accurate representation of what the actual share count could be, closer to 600 million outstanding shares, or 78,709 or 78,790,000 outstanding shares. I do apologize for stuttering around this video a little bit. It is late. I am pre-recording this for tomorrow just so I can hang out with my daughter and have a good time with her. I've been pretty busy. I haven't seen her in a few days. So with that being said, guys, that is going to wrap up this video. Drop the like on the video so more people can hear this information. I think a lot of people would like to hear the information that was provided to you in this video. Comment down below. Consider subscribing to the channel and turning on that notification bell. Also, if you guys are not signed up with Public, check that out. Link down below in the description. No need to link a bank account or deposit a single dollar. Get up to $70 in your choice free stock, and it only takes about 3 minutes time. I personally use them. They do not use payment for order flow, so your orders go straight to the lit exchanges, get executed at the best possible price. And like I said, there's no payment for order flow, so your order flows are not being manipulated when you use Public, and the link is in the description for that. Also, if you guys want to join the private Discord group, we send out buy and sell alerts. We talk stocks all day long. Definitely check that out. We do it all. We day trade, swing trade, and make long-term investments for the future and trades for today in stock options and crypto. So check those links out. That is going to do it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one.